Tesla has finally launched the new cheaper version of the Cybertruck. It's rear-wheel drive. It's, well, not the price I was expecting, but still, it's not too bad. Now, in addition to this, Tesla has also announced that they will be selling the Cybertruck outside of North America, in countries overseas somewhere. We don't know where those countries are, but we do know that the Cybertruck has been available on Tesla's website in Australia now for quite a long time. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. It's great to have you with us. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Apparently, Cybertruck demand has been stalling this year in the United States. It looks like there is a fair bit of inventory. I'm a big fan of the Cybertruck. At this point in time, it looks like, well, let's be real. Tesla did have well over 1 million reservations, and it seems to me as though a lot of people have decided not to go through with their orders for a variety of reasons, I'm guessing. Tesla had always planned on having a cheaper rear-wheel drive version. The new one is $70,000 US, but some features have been removed. So I'm not sure it's actually better value than the all-wheel drive version, which costs $80,000 US. Both of these vehicles do qualify for EV incentives in the United States, meaning actually not bad value when you think about it. I mean, the rear-wheel drive version comes down to $62,500 US. Here's the thing though. This new Cybertruck has more range than any Cybertruck because they've removed that front motor. I mean, of course, that makes the Cybertruck lighter and more efficient. Previously, Tesla said the rear-wheel drive Cybertruck would have 250 miles of range. So we're thinking 250 miles of range, not that good, but okay. But it doesn't. It's actually got 350 miles of range. And I think it would have more range than that. But Tesla has actually, by the sounds of it, done a thing where they still have the same battery pack. It's still the same 123 kilowatt hour NMC battery pack using 4860 cylindrical cells that Tesla makes in-house. But I believe they kind of neutered it, so you can't use the entire pack. Otherwise, the range would be probably around 400 miles. Right now, you can order that model, or the rear-wheel drive model of the Cybertruck in the United States and Mexico. It's called Long Range Rear-Wheel Drive. And it starts at $70,000, like I said before, incentives. That is more expensive than what it was meant to be. It was going to be $61,000, so the price has gone up by $9,000. I still think it's pretty decent money, and it is $10,000 less expensive than the dual motor version. Now, there is a way to increase the range by 12 miles. You can buy a soft cover for the tray. Unfortunately, you don't get the powered cover. I personally would probably rule it out for that reason. In my opinion, you've got to have that powered cover. So Tesla is saying, okay, this cheaper version for $70,000 US, we're going to remove that electric roller shutter for the tray, and you can buy a soft tonneau cover for $750. I don't think that makes sense. I actually think it could be, well, sales might not be as good as Tesla are hoping because of that reason. Performance, therefore, it's slower than the other Cybertrucks, of course, because we've got one motor, but it's still faster than a Ford Ranger Raptor. It'll do 0 to 100 or 0 to 62 miles an hour in 6.6 seconds. So it's still pretty fast. 350 miles of range, rear-wheel drive. Ground clearance is 243 millimeters, and top speed is 180 kilometers an hour. You can tow 7,500 pounds. So all those to be honest, all those figures, in my opinion, are really good. I'm just a bit disappointed about the roller shutter for the tray being removed. One thing that is positive about this vehicle is it is 500 pounds lighter, partly because of that roller cover being removed, partly because the front motor has been removed, and also the suspension is a little bit lower. So the truck sits a little bit lower to the ground. Now, there's one other thing that Tesla have removed, which, to be honest, in my opinion, makes no difference at all. That rear screen in the back seat for passengers, they've removed that. And really, I mean, most people are going to sit in the back. They're going to go on a long trip. You'd probably take your iPad along anyway with you. So in my opinion, that's not a big deal. Anyway, the lower suspension, it's 243 millimeters. That's 9.5 inches. That compares to 16 inches of the dual motor and Cyberbeast versions, or 406 millimeters. So it's a fair bit lower than the existing version. And that means it doesn't have air suspension. So I actually think that the dual motor version is much better value, considering this version doesn't get that air suspension. So you can raise the truck when you're going off road or going over a river or something, across a river or something like that. This one, I mean, it's a bit lower. It's fine, but I think it needs to be a little bit cheaper than in my opinion, $10,000. It's not enough of a difference to justify the loss of that electric tonneau cover, that loss of the air suspension, loss of the rear screen, loss of that front motor as well. So yeah, I mean, also the range is a bit shorter. You got to buy your own soft tonneau cover. Ultimately, I think Tesla's going to have to reduce the price of it because it's sort of like it's too close to the much better dual motor version. So Tesla are planning on selling the Cybertruck in the Middle East. Now, of course, the Middle East is left-hand drive. So that means that, unfortunately, Tesla have not yet committed to right-hand drive for countries like Thailand or Australia, South Africa, countries where, to be honest, I mean, Thailand and Australia, the second and third biggest pickup truck markets in the world. So I'm a little bit surprised to see them, Tesla, focusing on the Middle East first. Of course, it just comes down to having to have a separate production line to manufacture the vehicle in right-hand drive, which is quite costly, quite expensive. And the reason why General Motors and Ford don't do it for trucks that they sell overseas, we've actually got to convert them ourselves from left-hand drive to right-hand drive, which adds a lot of expense. Is Tesla still planning on bringing the Cybertruck to Australia? I don't know. I hope so. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Tesla is replacing battery packs in the Cybertruck, entire packs. So many owners have had to go back to Tesla and have their entire battery pack replaced. Now, there is a reason for this, and it's kind of interesting. Here's what Tesla is doing and why they are having to replace the entire battery pack. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. Welcome to all the new subscribers, guys. Great to have you too. If you'd like to become a member of the channel, I'd really appreciate your support. That'd be amazing. I'll put a link in the description below to our YouTube member page. Sandy Munro actually tore apart a Tesla Cybertruck, and one thing that really surprised him was the way that Tesla glued together the Cybertruck battery. The Cybertruck battery pack is obviously a structural battery pack, and that's become the norm in the industry now, especially in China. Structural battery packs are much, much safer. Tesla put a bunch of like purple, pinky kind of gluey goop stuff in the battery to kind of glue the cells all together. And that goop works as kind of like a heat sink. It helps to ensure the battery pack will have no issues when it's really, really hot or when there's, any kind of incident. For example, if the Cybertruck is involved in a crash, the Cybertruck batteries work in this way incredibly well. So it's kind of like a thermal resistance, almost like thermal management. And there's been some enormous Cybertruck crashes, just crazy crashes where the Cybertruck's just smashed into trees at high speed, broken into pieces all over the road, and not set itself on fire, which is remarkable. I don't think we've ever seen these kind of crashes where a car hasn't caught fire.